A professional planner, and used to be the president of the APA Colorado chapter. We're very excited to hear what she has to say about the ways in which we can move forward in integrative, realistic ways.
Thank you. All right. Hi, welcome back. All right. Hopefully you can all hear me well enough and I don't knock this laptop off the podium, which has been known to happen. Can you imagine living outside so long that you're afraid to come in? Or that when sleeping inside feels even scarier than sleeping on the streets? When Rockford, Illinois set out to end homelessness between veteran and chronic homelessness, they knew they needed to find answers to these questions. And today we've heard personal stories as well as large-scale statistics, facts, and trends that are all impacting Colorado. We've got some challenges, and we're here to take action. Congrats for you all making it here today. So we, us, people, that's it, right? People are the commonality between everything that we're seeing today, our challenges that we're facing, systems thinking. It all comes down to us as an individual. So it's about how we do our work, about how we connect with each other, the small changes to our thinking and processes that can result in big impacts that ripple from individual and across systems. Back to Rockford. Rockford changed how its homelessness response system worked by adopting the core elements of the Built for Zero methodology. Who's heard of Built for Zero? Google it. Worth your time. Built for Zero is a movement by over 100 communities currently that are working to measurably and equitably end homelessness and proving that it is possible. Rockford is one such case. They, the people in Rockford, and they do have names, they worked very hard and they were in all elements of government and agency and nonprofit and regular citizens and residents who said, homelessness is something we want to do something about. And instead of it being this abstract idea of homelessness, they brought it down to a personal level. And they said, I see George on the corner every day, and he's been here for 8 years. Why won't George come in? We've offered to give George a shower. We've given him some resources here and there. What's stopping George? And so Rockford took it back to those two questions. Can you imagine living outside so long that you're afraid to come in? And what happens when sleeping inside feels scarier than staying on the streets? When we start solving problems at the way they impact people, we start seeing solutions. And they may feel small, right? The way I get my child to school feels like a small solution. But if I'm making a change, and all the parents in my neighborhood make a change, and the school district makes a change, and we create new policies and better ways and investment, all of a sudden these interconnections, these systems start to click in a fast way. And maybe it starts slow by that individual, so don't lose hope when it feels too hard. But when we think about problem solving, it comes down to us. All right. So, of course, this is the bullet point version. I have 5 minutes, and we do entire courses in systems thinking. So I'm going to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes giving you my quick advice. A people-first approach, because people solve problems, and people also acutely feel those problems. The impacts of the very real challenges we throw on PowerPoint slides and here on the news, those are folks that we have and that we've met and sometimes are us as well. Quick hits, get out those pens. No. So we're gonna start with the 5 W's, right? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who, what problem are we trying to solve? But then take it a step further. What problem are we really trying to solve? And a step further, who are we solving it for? How do they feel that problem? What problems are interconnected with that first problem? And of course, by then you're ready, your head is exploding because you've gone too far and you're in a circle and you throw that piece of paper away. We've been there, right? And we start again and come back to what's the first incremental bite we can take? Who needs to be in the room? What data will we use to measure success? How will we measure it, repeat it, and keep that communication going? Because it's not a one-stop, we're going to keep that going. We're going to design our process to meet people, know their name, and know their names, right? It's not solving homelessness. We're solving homelessness for George. And how are we going to do that? We're going to make sure he knows where to go and that somebody is going to get him when he gets there because he's at risk to not make it and not follow through. So we have to change the way we're going to allocate resources based on the needs of an individual person. It feels scary. It feels expensive. but it also has real impacts that you can point to and stories that can be told about those successes and that can be shared and can be built on until there is a movement and there is excitement around the things we are doing that brings real change and brings a tear to your eye. We're going to expand our approach into the micro to address those challenges on the personal level, remembering a few points. The digital divide is real. I sell technology. I spend all day talking about how tech can solve our problems. But the fact is, the digital divide is real, and people are solving problems. Tech may make us faster, may help us analyze data, may see these systems and visualize them, and help us build bridges. But we need to make sure that we don't forget that human component and that the digital divide is real. 2, people are experts in their own realm. If we are going to pay a consultant to come and do a traffic study, you better pay the folks who walk along that street or who take their wheelchair in a place that is unsafe to say, what is your experience? Their time is valuable and their data point is just as meaningful. Data and insights have value. You need them not only to understand a challenge, but to understand the solution and to continue to innovate. We need that continuous feedback loop, not only to feed out, but also for folks to understand how their, what may feel like a minor contribution is part of a larger solution. Peer pressure works. Let's do it. Value is a two-way street. If you're getting from something a value, make sure you're returning that, whether that is a network, whether that is an introduction, whether it's just taking the time to do a reshare or a like on a post for something that is a cause you believe in. It matters. The companies are listening. You can never over-communicate. The more people we have in this conversation, even if it feels too early, right? Today I had a coworker who I said, should we invite this other person to the conversation? They responded, too soon, Michelle. And I said, you say, what? No. At the very least, we're gonna let them know we're having a conversation. And then if they think that they want to be in that conversation, they are invited. It's open door, let's bring them in. There is no gate of entry here. All right, I'm probably running out of time. So, talking about puzzles, I thought I brought a drink. I'm like thirsty here. So, just like a puzzle, we may all be moving pieces around, our individual components, but we need to work together. If someone's doing the borders, who can do the inside? Who can work on the yellows? Who can bring these solutions together? As the solvers, it's our job to say, oh, here's the missing puzzle piece, or maybe you should turn that around and it'll fit better. Here's another resource you should check out. So we are puzzle masters, and we want to work together to bring these solutions. So I ask each of you, when we are working to find solutions, be sure that we are asking the right questions to figure out why and what really matters to individuals. Our success depends on the willingness to try new approaches, including the ones that are tailored to specific individuals whose fears or circumstances present unusual challenges, right? It's not gonna be a one-size-fits-all. We're going to have to go bespoke, and we can do it. So final takeaways, rinse and repeat. Don't settle for solutions that don't define the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Identify and pay for value. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Complaints are insights too, and all input is valuable. And ask for those solutions, not the problems. Thank you so much.